Alright, good afternoon, boys and girls, if you are watching this. Alright, so just a quick introduction. My name is Nicholas. Welcome to my channel, A Better Man Nick. It's a channel where I talk about generally self-improvement techniques, productivity techniques, and basically it's a documentation of my journey. I've been doing self-improvement. I've been getting into this habit of self-improving for since 2023, and some of the topics that I talk about are masculinity topics such as self-control, especially in the topic of self-control, semen retention, fasting for productivity, fasting for health, building an aesthetic body and such. So if you are interested in what I talk about, do like and subscribe. I'm trying to grow this channel, and I do give some really easy to understand direct advice and some stories to share too. If you like such raw, unedited, just like a brother speaking to you kind of vibe videos, do subscribe. Alright, so today's topic, semen retention. I am not an expert. I haven't done like a 2-3 years, 4 years strict retention kind of thing. I started my retention journey in 2023. I believe it's March. If I am not wrong, it's March 2023. The longest streak that I have been is 8 months. So it's like 8 times 30, it's about 240 days. Yeah. So what I'm going to share here is based off my own kind of experience and my own realization, which if you are thinking of starting it, you might want to watch this video, listen to what I have to share, if you are thinking of starting it. So how did I started it? I actually jumped on it. I didn't think much. I didn't went online. I didn't went YouTube to actually research on it. I think a lot of the younger generation has been you have been watching a lot of YouTube videos where the YouTuber like saying like no fap, how it gives you superpowers and day like 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, you'll start to levitate, you'll start to have superhuman strength, kind of thing if you are on no fap. Okay, so I actually had a conversation with a mentor, I would say a mentor, and we were discussing about ancient practices such as the Taoist practice, and how this is like the life force, the jing or the jing in your body, the essence of your life. So if we are come to a stage where we have been depleting this essence and this energy, and what happens is we are in this topic lah. So basically, to cut the story short, after that conversation I jumped straight to it. I didn't really do much of a research, and so I was essentially a blank sheet of canvas, don't know what to expect, and I just went into it. So a little bit of the background why that conversation resonated in me so well is because I got to admit that I have been down real bad on this PMO kind of addiction. So it all started when I was in my teenage, even way earlier, even 12 or 13 years old. So it has been with me for about 20 to 30 years already. I'm 42 now. So so I know I've been kind of stuck with it, but I haven't had that courage to admit it and actually to kind of try to kick it away. In fact, because of the media, because of the modern media, a lot of media have been like promoting the fact that it's actually very normal for a person to have to fap. If you were to if you don't, it will cause like prostate cancer kind of thing. So I kind of buy into it lah. That's the reason why I refuse to actually to quit this habit. But yeah, I just jumped straight to it. I tried, and I've been practicing it since now. So anyway, I've been digressing. So I'm going to just talk about what I have experienced for day 1 to day 7, so the first week. So what happened was, as per normal, from 1 to 7, I would say that the week 1 is the week of realization. It's the week where you actually realize how much it has, how much energy it has taken from you, how much clarity it has taken in you. So in that entire week, what happened was you realize that, wow, it's like you have been looking at the world like with a veil over your eyes. Everything is like blur. But when you actually start to do retention for like 3 or 4 days, you start to look at things a bit clearer. You got that unconsciously you won't have that shame deep in you, especially if you're actually watching a lot of porn and watching a lot of adult videos and stuff. Because knowingly you are actually doing it, it's actually quite a shameful act in your mind lah. That's the reason why you will have that confidence, and people can feel that confidence in you when you're talking to them, and that really explains why you are a bit more confident in such. So that's the first part, is the realization. You realize that your mind is a bit clearer, you have more energy because you're not constantly thinking of, you're not objectifying or woman. You're not constantly thinking of when are you going to go home and when are you going to do the deed. So it takes up a lot of energy and such. So with that mental clarity, what happened was, what I really experienced was, I have been, by occupation, I'm a guitar teacher. So I teach guitar and I play guitar, and I have a passion for rock guitar and guitar playing. But because throughout the years I have been kind of like under this addiction. So what happened was, every time when I want to play my guitar, or when I want to practice, or when I want to just enjoy what I'm passionate about, I couldn't do it. I will always kind of like play my guitar and I kind of like switch tasks. So it's like, if you are a gamer, it's like how you cannot just play game only. You cannot just only play game. You will play game, and somehow or rather, after like 1-2 hours, when you're bored of the game, you will kind of switch over to whatever you want to, all your adult videos and stuff. So it is actually related. Your task is, because what happens is, your dopamine system has been, your nervous system has been so inclined to have like stimulation all the time, and very, very, very heavy stimulation. So it has taken away all your attention, and you are unable to like focus on a certain thing. You are unable to focus on a single task. So if you were to think about it, if you are a gamer, you can't even focus on your game, which is highly stimulating already. You had to switch to something that is more stimulating. You could feel how addictive this process is. So anyway, back to me. What happened was, when I actually set my mind to do this, to be on my streak, the first 3 days, I remember like getting up way earlier than I was supposed to, You know, it's like I have that unknown surge of energy in me for the first 7 days. You know, this really huge surge. And day 1, day 2, day 3, it goes like this. Like day 1 is like just like that. After that, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you know, it just keeps going up and going up. I can wake up in the morning without my alarm, and I can wake up very early, and I don't feel tired. So I had a lot of mental clarity, I had a lot of energy, and I had a lot of drive. So before I was on my swimmer retention journey, I always had that. I always dragged like doing work or doing physical tasks. Like I don't have that drive. You know, I would want to. It's like there's this feeling. Yep, aeroplanes flying. Yeah. So it's like you want to go out for a run, but there's like a mental blockage that's blocking. You know, there's like a little devil in your mind that's telling you not to, if you understand that analogy. You know, there's like this constant blockage, there's like this constant push that will just constantly pull you when you want to do something, which actually that's what happens to my guitar kind of thing. You know, I feel that constant pull and that constant blockage. But when I was determined to actually go on this streak, I felt this blockage release. I don't feel like anything pulling me back really, so I took action. It was the same time that I actually started going back to the gym, like training my body and getting up, and was very inspired to get like a very nice aesthetic body. It's about the same time. So this is clarity. Like, yeah. So it is more of this 7 days is like really, you start to feel like a huge difference, like a very big difference where like in terms of interaction with people, you get that unknowing shame. You know, maybe you were just talking to someone or talking to the opposite sex, and they're just at a moment, you know, something that you have watched before just flash into your mind kind of thing, and then it just created that mind block. You know, this is number one. Second thing is, of course, you start to have a lot of drive. You got to, it's like go and go. So, and what else? I'm just speaking this based on my memory. So as I am recording this, I am actually focusing on what has happened. Yeah, I've been practicing a lot. I was way happier because I went back into music like full-heartedly. And this is where you actually feel the sexual energy transmutation. Yeah, this is sexual energy transmutation. So, yeah, this is day 1 to day 7 of semen retention. And the biggest takeaway that I would like to give you is, you know, what you can do is, there are 2 action steps. The first is you can do it like me and go, I would say cold turkey, like just cut everything and just cold turkey. While you're at it, it's highly uncomfortable. You know, if you are a person who is really, you know, who are always at home, solitary, yeah, and other than work, it's just scrolling, you're on your handphone and stuff, you know, it's a good time that you start cold turkey and find some activities for yourself to do, like going out for a walk, or do some physical exercises, or get into some form of hobby. The best is if it's something that is, you know, creative based, creation based, because it's the best time, that it is a time where you will start to see a lot of you will have a lot of ideas and to create things. And yeah, you will experience this childlike creativity in you, that playfulness that you once had. You will start to come back to you when you are on this journey. To me, it was really memorable because, and it was really clarifying. If that's a word, it really clears out your thoughts. It clears out your body. It clears out your mind. And yeah, so day 1 to 7. What happens after day 7? Yeah. So for that, yeah, I will leave it for another day, for day 1 to day 7, for beyond day 7 and onwards. If you can't do day 1 to day 7, do day 3. Yeah, do day 1 to day 3. And when you are going through this experience, journal it down, write it down on a notebook. What you feel, be totally honest with yourself, how you feel, what you are experiencing. Yeah, so we'll speak soon.